I'm live. I'm late, but I'm live. Okay, I know I told you all I was going to be on early tonight, so if anybody does show up, my apologies. I'll wait a little bit and see if anybody does show up. Once again, I had specifically said I was coming on earlier, but unfortunately or fortunately, things changed and I was not able to, so I will explain if anybody does show up. Ah, somebody's here. Hi, hi. Who are you? It's been a crazy couple of days. It really has. I will explain why I'm late. Just waiting for a few more people to join. Hi, everybody. Okay. Anybody want to say hello so I know who's here? Unless this is one of those times when I'm just not seeing the chat. I'm not sure. Okay, let me see. Yeah, maybe nobody has written anything yet, and maybe that's why I'm not seeing it. I had said I was going to come on an hour early tonight, but I could not because just as I was getting settled in and ready to do it, my phone rang. So once again, I will explain. I'm just going to wait and see if any more people show up. I know it's a bad night, the night before the 4th. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of things to do to keep them busy, and I am sure this is not a priority. Lots of family stuff for people and all of that. So that is a good thing for those who have. I actually, turns out I'm going to be busy tomorrow. I had no expectation of it, but it's looks like it's going to happen. So that's a good thing. So I am not going to complain. I don't know. Is anybody trying to say hello? I'm not sure. I'm looking at live chat and seeing nothing. So can somebody just write something so I know that this thing is working? Just in case anybody does, because I can talk to you, but I just want to make sure that I'm seeing whatever there is, if there's anything to see. No? Again, it could be a problem with my end of things. Maybe it's just not showing up. Let me look on the other phone. Maybe that'll show me. So bear with me for a minute because I'm seeing 0 from here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, for heaven's sakes. No, I can't. I can't see a thing. That is so strange. Okay, let me see if I can see it on the other phone. All right, so then I know I can start talking. This is very weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me see if I can see the. Oh, how can I see the. All right, I'll have to turn the sound down on. Oh, there you are. Now I can see it. Okay. I just muted it on there, but now I can see. Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. All right. That's funny, Melody. I said say something. Okay. Hi, Lori. Yeah, I have no idea what's wrong on this phone, but I figured maybe there was something. It's been a really odd few days in a lot of ways. Lots of tension. with all the stuff that has to get done and all the angst that I'm having from the issues that I'm having. But I am also there's weird stuff going on with this whole dating stuff. I have um okay, I have three different guys who have been in touch with me, and it's really funny. I wound up going out for coffee, in quotes, with one of them yesterday. He contacted me about midnight the night before, but something about him felt real. So I took a chance and said I would meet him. I met him at a public place, and it turned out to be a very, very pleasant conversation. I really enjoyed it. And he had told me he wanted to make a date with me for Saturday and was asking. Now, I don't know if this chat is working, but nothing else is coming up on this one either. Uh, hmm, I don't know. If I can't see it, I apologize if I'm not responding to anybody. I'm not seeing any movement on it, so forgive me. Um, so he said he wanted to see me on Saturday, and I said, well, I already made a date with somebody else. That sounds so silly. It really does. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, Myra, I see it. So I said, I can't do it. And he said to me, oh, he said, cancel the thing. And I was actually really tempted to do it because that guy was nice. But I'm also in contact with the older guy. And it turns out I really like him. I mean, I'm enjoying the conversations that we're having. He's very bright. He is very with it. He's got a good sense of humor. And he's got lots of great stories to tell. So it's interesting. So what had happened was I spoke to the older guy, and he had said to me, he said, call me and tell me what you decide about where you want to meet for the first time. He wanted to meet near him because he wanted to take a walk on the boardwalk. And I decided I wanted to meet near me because that made me more comfortable. So I called to let him know, and I left a message saying that, and I never heard back from him. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's time. It's been a whole hell of a lot of years since I've done anything like that. So he never got back to me. So I said, okay, he changed his mind. He wasn't interested, and that was okay. But I found that I was concerned about him and just wanted to make sure he was okay. I did not, as it turns out, get, connected with him. I did not call him, but he wound up calling me in a day or two and saying to me, did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? And I said, no. I said, you just never called me back. He didn't know I called. So there was a foul up with that. So it just goes to show you. So, all right. I don't want to tell you their names because once again, it's out there. I would tell you all, but it's out there. So let's I don't know what to call them. Whatever. A, B, and C. The one that I went out with yesterday was yeah, exactly. I don't feel comfortable doing it for them because I don't think it's right. But anyway, the I was I yesterday got a phone call from my office that there was somebody who wanted to talk to me right away about possibly listing a house. Needless to tell you, I was all aflutter. And what happened was I had already made an appointment to meet the guy yesterday, and we were meeting at 2 o'clock. Meanwhile, I had to call this other guy back about the listing because he wanted to hear from somebody right away. So I went to call him back, and he couldn't talk, and he said, give me a few minutes. And I kept thinking, oh my God, the guy who's waiting for me is going to think I'm really rude because I'm going to be late at this point. And I was starting to get really nervous. So I wound up on the phone with the guy about the house for a long time because he loves to talk. And he was talking and talking and talking. And I said, oh my God, this guy is going to think I'm really terrible. So I called him. He left me his number. I called him and I said, I'm running late, but I will be there. And I got there. And as I say, we wound up having a really nice talk. He didn't want it to end. He said to me that he said, are you doing anything now? But I really, at that point, needed to go and get some things done. So he said about Saturday, and he said that he was going to call me and that we would decide where we were going to go and what time, whether it was daytime or nighttime. So I was waiting for the guy at the house today. I asked him if I could come a little bit early because I was prepared early. And he said he wouldn't be there. So I had time to kill. So I was in the car driving around a little bit, and then I sat and parked, and my phone rang. And when the phone rang, hi, Kathy, when the phone rang, this guy gets on the phone and says to me, hi, how are you? And I said, oh, hi, how are you? And I was just really warm and friendly because I thought it was him. 5 minutes into the conversation, after thinking he was senile, because I mentioned a few things about things we talked about yesterday, and I said, do you remember? And he said, I don't remember talking about that. So now here it is, and the man is, the one I was talking to today, had to think that I was really either nuts or stupid because I keep asking him about things that I didn't talk to him about. And then it suddenly occurred to me, oh my God, he was the one that I was going to cancel the appointment with. It was really strange. So finally, the guy from yesterday did call me late, just maybe a couple of hours ago, and he was chatting with me a little bit, but he was nowhere near as warm and friendly as he was yesterday. And he said he forgot that he had to do something with his grandkids on Saturday, so he couldn't do it. And I thought, now that's interesting. If I had canceled the date for Saturday and then he canceled, it would have been silly. But exactly, I suddenly became a social butterfly in my old age. But I had to laugh because in the end, I suddenly remembered that Saturday is my next door neighbor's daughter's um, baby shower. And I promised her I would go. And I can't not go. She's been so good to me. There is no way that I can not go. So I'm not going to be able to do anything with any of them. So in the meanwhile, the original one, which is the older gentleman, called me when I was supposed to come on. When I said I was going to come on at 9, about 5 minutes to 9, when I was getting ready to get set up, the phone rang, and it was him. And he said to me, can you talk? What was I going to say? No, I can't. So it is what it is. Yes, so I'm going to have to kind of figure out how it goes. But it's what's really good about it for me right now, aside from the obvious, and it's really nice interacting with people. I want to have something of a life of my own because it gets very lonely every time there's a holiday, every time people are busy with their family things, and I'm, just, well, you know how that goes because we all suffer from it one way or another, and or can. So it really, really felt nice, and I'm enjoying that part of it. The funny thing is, I don't know if I could keep up with the older guy. This is going to be the guy from earlier that was said he was called. Oh, it's not. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah, hi, Linda. Can I call you back? I'm online. All right, bye. Yeah, that was Linda. I'm glad it wasn't the other guy because, anyway, um, the older guy is so bloody active. He goes here and he goes there, and he's been telling me stories about all the things that he's done and he does, and God bless him. I think it's a wonderful thing. He's way more active than I am. Way. So it is what it is. Yeah, so it was Linda. I actually, yeah, I had a talk with Linda earlier today. I was feeling really down because the pressure of all this is getting to me with the house and everything that I have to deal with to get to the next step. It's been a tough road, and most of the time I can handle it, but I have my moments. And when I have my moments, I could literally sit down and cry. And I'm not going to belabor it. I'm not going to go into, all the nitty-gritty of it. I know there are people who don't enjoy my talking about it, and that's fine. But it's the reality. It's the absolute reality. And interestingly for me, one of the things that has been a saving grace for me over this period of time is my working out. I just love my working out. Going to the gym, no matter how I feel, no matter how stressed I am, just makes me feel so good. I love it. I love it. So I'm happy about that. And I'm looking forward to the little bits of good stuff that's happening. I pray to God that this guy does, in fact, want to sell his house. I pray to God that he lets me sell it for him. And they're looking for something else, so that could be a gift. That really could be a gift. So we'll see how it plays out. Only time will tell. And it's real life. Exactly. And it is, I could gloss over everything, and I could, thank you so much, Myra. I could make believe that none of it's true, but it wouldn't be honest. And listen, I'm sure that I'm not the only person going through enormous stress. I don't mean at this moment. We all have it. The question is when. So if somebody sees this 2 years from now and they're going through a terrible time, I would think that it would make them feel not quite as alone, because I would think that they might feel that other people go through the same thing, that there are times when it seems like you can't scale those mountains, but you know, you just, you have to face each day as it comes. And some of them are not easy. Some of them are really, I keep thinking of my very dear friend Mary, who passed away. Mary always used to say that, the golden years are not for sissies. And they are not. They are not. It is not always easy. There are times when it's better than others. But in the end, it's all gonna, as they say, come out in the wash. So it is what it is. But I'm looking forward to whatever pleasant things can happen. Funny thing is, when I stopped off at Linda's house, I probably won't know. Oh, this is that other guy calling now. Hold on a minute. Hi, Brian. I'm good, but can I call you back in a few minutes? I'll call you then. Bye bye. Son of a gun. So I left the physical therapy, the gym, and I was still feeling really down, and I just didn't want to come home and face myself. So I said to Linda, do you feel like company for a while? And I stopped off at her house, and I sat there for a while. But there are some days when nothing helps. And, there was no, I couldn't climb out of it for those moments. I just couldn't. I was in a world of overwhelm, too many difficult things going on at the same time. So I was feeling like I wanted some kind of diversion. When I finally, after maybe an hour, I said to Linda, I said, I'm going to leave because I, I can't. My father always used to say, and I've mentioned this before, you can never run away from yourself because unfortunately, wherever you go, there you are. You take yourself with you. And that is the truth because it was me and it was in the depths of me and I just couldn't get past it. So I finally left there. And when I went downstairs, I was on the verge of tears and I ran into her daughter. And she and I have become friendly and we started talking and she said, you want to go out to lunch one day next week? Let's go talk, let's go have lunch. And I said, oh, that would be great. And then suddenly I realized, what was I saying? I can't go out to lunch. I forgot for a minute. And I said to her, I said, wait a minute. I said, I can't go out to lunch. I don't, I can't, I can't do that. So she said to me, let's go for pizza. I'm going to treat you to pizza. So I said, great. I said, that I'll do. So I'm going to go out to lunch with her one day next week. So that it was very nice. It was very sweet. And I feel blessed in that way. And it's interesting when I was talking to I've got to call him something because I don't want to keep referring to him as the older gentleman. Um, let's call him Tom. So when I spoke to Tom, he started talking to me again and mentioning how blessed his life has been. And from everything he's told me so far, it certainly has been. And he said, but I have a feeling that yours hasn't been as blessed as mine. And I thought, oh, wow. I said, so he's perceptive, which is nice. I think that's really nice when a man is perceptive and when when he's empathetic. And I think that's a lovely, lovely thing. So I told him a little bit about my story and just a little bit about that I've had some hard times. I said I've had some really good times, but it has not been the blessed road that you talk about. So he said to me at that point, he said, well, maybe one day very soon you'll feel much more blessed. And I thought that was such a sweet thing to say. It was just really nice. So I'm enjoying that, that these people have been so wonderful and have really been there to kind of help to pick me up. So that was nice. I'm not going to stay on too long because I want to get back to this guy. I think it would be rude for me not to. Because it's short, if you want me to come back on, well, tomorrow night I'm sure everybody's going to be busy, but you can let me know when you'd like me to come back on, if you would like me to before Sunday. And gosh, I may actually have some interesting things to tell you um, without without making it sound like I'm gossiping, because it's certainly, I don't mean to. You won't be? All right, then how about if I come on tomorrow night, um, and we'll pick it up from where we left off today. When are my videos coming up? I do. I have a few of them in the hopper. The problem with them is that I've been so busy with everything else that I'm killing myself. I'm working so hard. I really am killing myself. So I just haven't had the time to do all the editing necessary. So that's been the issue with it. But yes, I have pieces of all of it. And who knows, maybe one of these guys will be a good sport and let me video him for a minute. So you can see. Yeah, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I really expected to do it, but it's been it's been a crazy, crazy few days. So no, 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 no. So it is what it is. So I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow night. I will, I'm not sure what time it's gonna be. It kind of depends. I'm going out tomorrow with Tom. We're gonna meet probably sometime lunch, late lunch, whatever. Oh, he did ask me if I wanted to go see the fireworks tomorrow night. If he wants me to see the fireworks, well, I'll come on at the very least onto our page on Facebook, and I will let you know if for any reason I cannot be on. But I expect I will be home by then. I have been really, really busy. Oh, really? Oh, swell. Yeah, and I don't really love watching it. It's noisy as hell. I watched it one year sitting on a boat and I was ducking the whole time. So it's really not my particular thing. I have to tell you one funny final thing about Tom. He was talking about some of the things that he's done in the past, and he's done a lot. Oh, thanks, Kathy. He's led a very nice life. Oh no, absolutely. I won't. I won't. But he was telling me about this guy that they had met, the family, and the guy was a pilot and he had his own plane, and that he would take them out on his plane. And I was thinking, OMG. I mean, I'm a nervous flyer. I mean, I'm not, I'm nervous on a plane. On a little private plane, I said, oh my God, that's a little scary. So he does lots of stuff. I mean, he's lots of stuff. I think I might need somebody younger who's not as active as he is. They canceled the fireworks? Oh wow. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Wow. That's very interesting to know, Lauren. I'm really happy you told me. I'm going to tell him we definitely should not do it at that point. I mean, I didn't want to anyway, but yeah, I don't need to get involved with that. Okay. So I will call the other guy back and I will almost 100% talk to you tomorrow night. So it looks like I've got a pretty busy next several days, which lately is highly unusual for me. No, that's really true. That really is true. And thanks for the warning. Good night. Good night, Rita. Good night, everybody. And my apologies, but I don't want to be rude to him. So take care, and I will probably almost assuredly see you tomorrow. And I will get those other videos up. Again, I apologize. Take care. Bye bye.